I had a wake-up call last week when, after a skin cancer that had bugged me for months, I finally did something about it. I've been putting it off, not for any reason other than being busy and not getting around to it. Then a nurse friend finally pushed me into action, and as a result, I found myself with reasonably major surgery in plastics at Hutt Hospital. They not only had 2 goes at getting the major parts removed with a large incision on my neck, but had to take some lymph nodes down here as well, some of the incision, and under my arm, my axilla. Yeah, getting over it, painful, waiting for the results. But this surgery is not really what I wanted to talk about, rather than it made me reflect on the many direct cremations we have, and we've had a lot over the last few years. And families have often thought we'll get around to doing a farewell, we'll get around to it, but they often put it off, not for any reason other than being busy and not having the time or not quite fitting it in. Many of these families don't get around to it, and as a result, a lot of the families and members of families or close friends don't cope well. An example of this is a walking group that we had ask if they could come and have a look at the crematorium chapel, and this group, quite a large group of about 20, it soon became evident that the problem was they had had a member who'd had a direct cremation and not had a chance to say their farewells. I used the time productively and spent most of it talking about the person and getting them to share stories and say goodbye. It's not really our fault, you see. I think when we're asked what we want for our funeral, we don't care. We say, do whatever you like, or just cremate me, send me off in a cardboard box to the crematorium and don't bother coming. But you see, the funeral's not for us. The funeral's for the living, those who are left behind. And I think we forget that. They're the ones that need to grieve. They're the ones that need to move on and carry on with their lives. And by stepping back and reflecting and remembering, it gives them a chance to then move on and take that memory with them. So my challenge really to you is, if someone asks you what you want, turn it around. Maybe say something like, well, what would help you? Family? Friends? What would be good for you? And they'll say, well, tell us the sort of things that you want to be remembered for. A reading, a scripture, a poem, a favourite photo, a piece of music that's your favourite. Are all these things are elements of the funeral that will help family and friends have a chance to actually say goodbye in a meaningful and helpful way. I'm Andrew Malcolm, Funeral Director.